Which USA team?
The one and only.
Oh, soccer?
Yeah.
Oh, who cares?
What?
Dude, it's soccer. And it's
soccer. Soccer is life.
Soccer is life. But yeah, still no good. Good day, everyone. This is not my car. And the reason you can tell is it has a top. So definitely not my car. All right. Clean off that. Okay. Today's Monday. There's Mickey. And we have a Mustang in the install bay. And we're putting some stuff in it. And we thought you'd love to hear about it, right? Who wouldn't? So let's break it down. Okay. So, driver's door. This gentleman came in earlier and he had us put in a direct replacement Kenwood 8-inch. So that we already did. He wants Alpine R-types. So he's getting a set of Alpine R-type 3-ways. So this is the bracket that we made for it. It's countersunk in. That way it's moved in enough to where when this guy, you have an inch. And this, so this needs to be sunk in some. So we sunk that guy in, mounted it here. This bracket here is currently in the 3D printer. And the reason for that is because I already printed it, but I printed 2 of the exact same brackets because it's Monday and that's what you do on a Monday. Stupid. Anyways, so let's see where it's at right now. It's got to be close to being done. Oh, it's nowhere near being done. We still got an hour and 5 minutes, so it's still cooking away inside of there. Well, let me see if I can grab the wrong one. We'll take a look at. I was so mad, I just threw it away. I was just mad. So this is the bracket here. And it's a little bit different than any of the other brackets we've created. And that is how it has this weird lip. This lip right here. And the reason for that lip is that the R-types are really big. Do you know where the other one is?
The R-type?
Yeah. Oh, it's right here on my bench. So, I hate it when manufacturers take the liberty of putting these big surrounds on them. It's kind of, oh, really? And it also makes them very tall. Like this one is ungodly tall. So just this adds an extra 1/4 of an inch to it. This is a bad design, is basically what I'm getting at. And don't get me wrong, I understand why they did it. They did it to make it more rigid. It doesn't need to be this thick. So we got a super thick this, and then we have the super wide this, and so that takes up a lot of space for this little tiny speaker mounted in there. And then you also have to keep in mind the speaker has to move, but it doesn't move that much, so that's kind of cool. But what we ran into is that if we wanted to bring this up to where the factory door was, which is this guy right here, if we want to bring it up to here, see, this is why you can't mount this into this, because this would be touching the door. Because as you can see, this ring right here, there's a little tiny ring. The door sits right on top of this. What's that so thick for? It plays down to 20. Exactly, yes. And so this now, so what we had to do is shrink everything down. So between the bracket and where this sits, so this thickness here is 0.44 inches. And then this guy is like 0.7 inches. And then there's a slight 0.2 or 0.3 overlap right here, or 0.02, I'm sorry, overlap. And so this will go into here like this, and it pushes in, gets all nice and in there. And the reason why this height works the best for this, because like you see how high it puts it up in there, is that the metal for the door sits right in here, and that puts these inside of that, so we don't have to worry about these accidentally touching anything. So we could have gone up just a little bit more, but I wanted to make sure we had plenty of space, and we don't need to. So there is how that is going to go in, and then this just screws into place. There's some foam that goes in there, and then you'll notice these weird slits here, and that's so that you can put the speaker in and then use a ratchet like this to tighten these up. So I made it hard, which Fernando doesn't like. This was something that it didn't print right, so on the new one it's printing this correctly. So that makes me happy. It's supposed to look like this, but you can see how tight that goes in. So that is the passenger side. We need a driver's side. Good job, Dean. Anyways, now as far as the tweeters go, Alpine tweeters, they're pretty cool. We cut out a 1/16 of an inch, maybe, spacer to center the tweeter into the factory mount. So it looks and goes in just like this. And I know in the past I've said I don't like, but this is part of the tweeter, so that really doesn't come off of there without severe damage or possibility of severe damage. So I don't really feel the need to damage this tweeter. So we'll leave that on, and then it's snapped into place. And then on the back, I put a bunch of foam to seal that up. So that is in there. And then of course our factory grill will snap back over that. And magically delicious. There we go. So we have that. And so in the Mustang, we run tweeter wires. So the factory amplifier has front, mid, bass, and then channels 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 are tweeter and mid. And since we're going to go full active, we have to run tweeter wires, which is pretty cool. So for an amplifier, we're going with, wait for it, the Blackbird. So the Blackbird is 1 through 6 is going to be on the front, 7 and 8 is going to be on the subs, and then the radio is going to power the rear speakers, which are the factory ones. Now for this, there is a cool T-harness that is located right here, and we just started making this T-harness. And so what's really cool is the signal from the radio comes into here like it was going to the factory amplifier that's right up here. And so we made a through. So these are for the rear speakers right here. So if we ever do decide to do something with rear speakers, we don't have to pull the radio. We can get the wiring right here. It just plugs in, which is kind of nice. And then all of our wiring will come in. So like here's him running some new wire over. And that will all attach here in the kick panel. We'll have plugs and all that fun stuff. So that'll all just be right in here. Not to that point yet. Was just getting there. Because I had to get out of the way so he could finish the doors.
Get out of the way.
Yeah. And so I moved from that over to the amp rack, which is located right here. So this is the amp rack. And the amplifier sits right here, so you won't see that, which would drive me crazy. Just got done putting a fresh coat of black vinyl dye on it. Because our plastic was kind of ashy. I didn't like that. So all these holes, so the amplifier is going to screw right into this. All the wiring will dump. For this, he opted out of the toss link from the radio because he likes to have the audio controls built into the radio. So we will be running a front RCA and a front and a sub RCA. Because there's no reason for the rears because he's not going to be using those.
So hang on.
Actually, I don't even know.
Have audio though.
Go Instagram, go. Sounds good. Fantastic. I don't remember where I was, but we'll just kind of start at some point. All right, so this is going to sit here like so, and then there'll be some screws that'll attach it into this piece here. So it's gonna go right here. So we'll put a piece of plastic behind here. Everything will attach. Wiring will run that way. And then we'll have a nice mount in the trunk, because the way we like to do it is in here. He has a spare. Like, who has a spare? That's pretty cool. But so everything is going to go this way, which is cool. So our speaker wiring will come down and do one of these things and come over into this, and that'll be that. So everything will be fantastic. What is a good factory upgrade speaker for my 2014 Cruise? Check out the Kicker CS. You know, and if you're like, I don't like Kicker, check out the Focal Auditors. Yep, see, there you go, Kicker CS. It's a fantastic speaker that works great off of factory power.
Or
wait a minute, hold on, I hear a sales pitch coming.
hang on. You're looking for something that is affordable. It sounds really good. Please go to morelhifi.com. They have a set of speakers just for your wallet.
Maximo HEs.
Maximo or Maximo HEs if you want that high power. Maximo HE.
High efficiency, works good off factory decks.
Yeah, exactly. So they are fantastic, and if you want more, of course they have more to offer you. So morelhifi.com, that's the place that you can find a really nice, affordable, and great sounding speaker. morelhifi.com. Back to the left.
We still have the Ferris wheel.
Huh?
I said we still have the Ferris wheel. Oh, no. Ooh, no, hold off on that. I got something else.
What do you have?
I got something else. I talked about these the other day. Check this out.
All right. This is one. I like the box though.
Box is nice.
The box is really cool.
Yeah, it's all about the box.
So we're gonna do a system that we're gonna put all these amplifiers in Dean's car. You know, it's gonna be like this. Yeah.
No.
Just give it your suggestions.
No.
But they cool though.
Yeah. So this is the new Elite from Boss True Power amplifiers. So these have been pre-dynoed, and they come with the dyno burn-in sheet in the POP, not in the box. But so this is a 400 watts.
600 watts.
There's a 400 and a 600. This is the 600.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pull it out. Be careful. We want to save the bait. All right. So all right, nice.
It comes with that.
I like that. That's cool.
It comes with your bass knob.
It does have a bass knob. We'll learn more about that later.
that.
Oh, good.
Dude, they are so cool.
Yeah. Well, I like the little red stripe that it has.
Yeah.
I like how small it is.
Yeah.
So anyways, we got these in. They sent them to us because they're like, hey, we have these new True Power amplifiers. We get it. We know what you guys, we know what we did in the past. So they got them to us because, for one, they already did a dyno. Two, we already have a dyno, so we can dyno their dyno. Anyways, we'll do an unboxing. We'll tell you all about these. They've been sitting at my house for about a week and a half now, so I needed my room. Well, yeah. Anyways, as soon as I get back from my trip, we'll be tearing deep into these and seeing what they have. I like the fact that they're small, which I'm a big fan of small amplifiers.
Yeah.
Because they fit. So if it's really a 600 watt amp, which I'm assuming it is, that's going to be nice.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, I like
For
small footprint.
Like, hey.
So, pretty cool. Pretty excited. But anyways, we got all those in, so we'll play with those, and then they'll see. Maybe we can give those away for Christmas. Ooh, wouldn't that be nice?
Want it back, though.
They might want them back. I don't know. We'll find out. 2014 Tundra Crew Max without moving the seat. Do you recommend 210s or 212? I mean, listen, if you could fit the 12s, you go 12s. That's just how the math works. Whatever the biggest thing that you can fit in there is the one you're going to want to go with. I mean, that's what everybody says. Pickup trucks, I like 10s. Crew Max, yeah. But I think in a Crew Max, you can fit 12s easily, though. So I go 12s. Yeah, Crew Max, Toyota Crew Max.
Yeah.
You can easily fit 12s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
P3s.
Well, he's JLs, TW3s.
Yeah. Life.
Yeah, go 12s. Go 12s. So this is not getting 12s. This is getting two S-Type 10s, powered off of 7 and 8 with some grills. It's going to go into the back of the car. So we'll get to that tomorrow. Tonight, though, is Monday, and this is the only show this week we will be doing on the YouTubes because I'm taking some time off. Check myself into the sanity place, aka vacation. Is it a vacation? I don't know. What? Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Which Sonos bar would you recommend?
The Sonos bar?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I like the Sonos bar. I think it's a fantastic idea. I have no idea what Sonos makes because I have a real stereo at my house.
You can call Crutchfield and see if you're able to talk to Mary Lou.
Yeah.
She is also, you know.
Yeah, she could help you at Crutchfield.
Yeah, she can help you there.
Yeah. Taking time off, what is that? I mean, the reality is I'm getting to the point where I need the time off more than I need to work. Kind of tired, so...
It's good when you have a lot of money, though.
That would make it easier. I don't, so... I accidentally clicked on the wrong preset on my Arc Audio controller. Now I don't know which preset it was originally on. Should I take it back to the shop? Yes, I would definitely take it back to the shop and let them log in and then tell you which preset that it should be.
You can go back into the preset?
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know which preset he was on. There's 4 presets. I mean, you could obviously tip through them and figure it out, but...
hear the difference between...
Benjamin, what's up? I don't know. I'm just saying, to be safe...
Yeah.
If you want to be safe, go back. Like, I would want someone to not screw with it and just bring it back to me and go, hey, man, I hit a button. Can you put it back to where it was? I can log in. I can put it in. I can put it back on the preset it was supposed to be on and say, hey, preset 1.
That makes sense.
You know, or preset whatever. Or have them title it, because you can title your presets. So, I believe you can anyways. I don't know. I know too many DSPs. I'm pretty sure you can label the DSP. Maybe not. But either way, it has preset 1 through 4. So you can go in. I think you can do up to 1 million presets or something. I don't know how many. Either way, yes, the smart money would be to take it back. I would agree with that. So, the one and only never takes time off from Mobile Solutions.
Yeah.
That's his problem.
That's not true, though.
That is not true either.
That's not true.
I was going to say.
Because...
I recall last time I was there, he had to take some time off to work on some stuff at his house.
The big event, Master Tech.
Yeah, he's like, I'm taking off, yeah.
Exactly. Whatever.
But, you know, there's that.
He was drinking too much.
No, listen, it's a family thing. I like to stay married, so it seems kind of silly, but...
Seems wow.
You know... I look at it this way: if I do stuff like this, I get to live in my house. So there's that bonus right there. I mean, if I don't, then some other dude gets to live in my house, and I'm still paying for it. So
it's not your house.
Dean, I sent you a pic of the attempt at Mullican. Yeah, Bobby, I haven't looked at it yet. I was actually on the phone with Fred at ARC at the same time you were texting me, and he was texting me pictures, so it was actually kind of amusing. But yeah, I haven't looked at him yet. I will look at him. Would make sense if you could turn off unused presets. Yeah, I agree.
Or just put everything on preset 1, so know you have to go back to
just
preset 1.
Just clone preset 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. And so that if you have 4 presets like we do on the audio controls. On the audio controls, because you can change presets easily from the phone or the thing, I always just copy presets all the way across. So no matter what preset you're on, it's the same tune. That's kind of the workaround, is just if everything is the same, then it doesn't matter which preset you're on.
That's correct. Happy anniversary, Bobby.
Oh, very nice. So that is the workaround if you can't turn off presets. The siren notifying us that somebody is having a bad day. It's kind of sad. All right, so as I was saying, today is Monday. Make sure to tune in at 6:30. We're going to be live taking all your audio questions. Mustang is in full effect. We'll be rocking this thing, wrapping this thing up hopefully sometime tomorrow. and we'll take you guys in and just let you see what it looks like once it's all complete. Yeah, that's it. Pretty exciting. For right now, that's it, Fernando.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
6:30.
6:30. Good day, everyone. The Mustang is getting ready to get out of here, so I just thought we'd come on real quick and kind of go over what this guy got. So he got a set of Alpine speakers, so the Alpine R-Type 3-ways up front. Talked about that on Monday. He already had the Exelon direct replacement radio in here, so it looks totally factory until you do this. And then you see the Kenwood Exelon screen pop up. This radio allows you to pull the screen out, put a new screen in, pull the brain out, put a new brain in, but all these controls still work. So it still does everything, you know, all the factory functions are still there, which is cool. He obviously got the Arc Audio Blackbird, which we mounted here in the corner because he actually has a spare tire. So we mounted this guy over here. We had a little extra real estate, so we added in that Mustang logo just to, why not? It's a Mustang. He has the Zen enclosure with two S-Type 10-inch ported. That's that. This guy's all set and ready to get the heck out of here. You excited, Fernando?
I'm so excited. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Look at that happy face of his. So yeah, the rears, there's nothing in the rears. The rears are factory powered off of the radio, crossed over and delayed through the radio itself, because it's an 8-channel amp. So we have the amp bridge to the subwoofers on 7 and 8, and then everything else is just run active. Yeah, that's about the excitement of this. It is early in the day, which I apologize for coming on so early, but this thing's getting ready to get out of here so that we can get going with the rest of our day. We got a bunch of stuff to do, I think, maybe. Trying to think what else. Oh, so Brian Mitchell, our good friend from Arc Audio, sent us, he's having fun doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So he sent us this the other day. This is one of those giant mouse pads, and it has the chart, the frequency chart. Of course, it's got our cool logo on it. It says Arc Audio. This is so that if you're trying to figure out a frequency, this is actually, this portion of it is actually available on DNF Tool Drawer. You can download and take a look at. It's in the meters section of that. So if you want to see what this is up close, you can do that there. Let's see what they look like. Oh, you gotta glue them together. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I gotta glue them.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
See, glue, no?
You can leave the red stuff in there so you don't lose it. Yeah, just a dab. You might need to make some of these thicker, because glue is weird, and glue actually sometimes turns opaque, and you can see the glue and when it's thin. Mm-hmm. But Fernando's been playing with his 3D printer at home, so he made a Lego piece here that he's got to glue together. He's trying some new techniques.
Yeah, it was crazy though.
It is crazy. Hope everyone has a fantastic Wednesday. It's one of those moments where you wish you had something to talk about, but you really don't. The other day, we did get in the new Elite series These are the new, what are they calling them? True Power amplifiers. So kind of like reinvigorating the line. Formerly as Boss. Boss makes a solid product. It just says Boss, and it says, it used to say like 10,000 watts on it. It wasn't 10,000 watts. So now they've come out with a new line. They're on a new direction, new management, and so this is one of the first products to come of that. Of course, there's 2 mono blocks, a 4-channel and a 5-channel. And one of the things that comes in, like the press release for it, is a sheet, that explains the power of the amplifier, and a dyno. So they bought a dyno and they pre-dynoed them. Let me turn this around. So check this out. It has power plugs as your input, and I think this lights up, because in the picture this is always glowing really bright, and it just looks like it wants to light up, like it's like a clear plastic. Here's all your controls on the other end. Oh, nice. I like when amplifier manufacturers put in the on-off for the DC offset, so that if you run into an issue with DC offset, you can turn it off and run a remote turn-on wire, high level, low level. So a lot of the times manufacturers make the high level, low level, on and off the sensitivity for DC offset, and yeah, so sometimes you actually have to do an external high level to low level. Input signals on a plug, which is cool. Level control, bass boost, filter mode. Oh, cool. So you can turn on and off the filter. So for those, like if you're going to use this with a DSP or an EQ or something that has a crossover built into it, you have your infrasonic filter, aka high pass filter. You have your low pass filter and your bass knob. This thing is tiny. So let's take a look here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's actually pretty small. Let's see what it looks like from this side. Nice. And there you go. So this is the sub-amp. One of the sub-amps. There's actually 2 sub-amps. And this guy is the 401. So this is a little 400 watt amp. That's cool. That'll be nice to be able to tuck this away. And there again, a lot of applications where we do something like a Blackbird, and they want a small sub-amp that we have to tuck away somewhere, like in a Bronco or something like that. We don't have a lot of room for the bigger amplifiers. Like we don't have room for the matching Nighthawk or something like that. We tuck, we have, Rockford makes their Power Series minis, which I'm guessing is going to be substantially more money than this guy. So, how much power? It's 400 watts. 400 watts. They also make, put your cell phone on it. If I did that, you wouldn't be able to see this, because that's what I'm using to record. Anyways, they also make a 600, a 5-channel, and a 4-channel. So, in the bass knob, so this is the bass knob here. I don't know if it's it looks like it might be the kind that you can't take apart, which is kind of a bummer, but hey, baby steps. If it's one of those things, then, we complain and then they fix it. I like that. How should you break in a subwoofer? Okay, so speakers in general. how do they break in? You heat them up, you cool them down, you heat them up, you cool them down, you heat them up, you cool them down. Every time they heat up, they loosen up more. The thing that most people say is that one of these days these will be done. They will be. I wanted them done before I left today, but clearly that didn't happen. So some people say that you're supposed to turn on, at half volume and play them for a week, and that's ridiculous. There's no one in the world that is going to do that. My opinion is to just heat them up, play a song, heat them up, turn it back down, let them cool down. You're trying to loosen up the suspension system. So that's it, It's not like all of a sudden they're going to handle more power or handle less power. It doesn't make sense. So some people will just, like with headphones, they'll just play a tone and let it play for a week. Pink noise or whatever it is, and just let it play for a week until it loosens up. That may work. I've just never found that the case. And some speakers take longer, like really high-end speakers that have really stiff suspensions. This could take a month. Plus, it also depends on how much you drive the car. So, we'll listen to a car for a good 2 hours usually before it gets delivered, so that we can really expedite the heating up process. And then it'll cool down by the time, then we'll rip it up again. And yeah, so, and there again, it's not, usually cheaper speakers, you notice no difference. Like if it has a loose suspension and stuff like that, the higher end ones are really the ones that make the difference. Is there any pack amp pro for Honda Fit? There is nothing for a Honda. No one has made anything for a Honda. And if it's a Fit and does it have a premium amplifier in it? Like, I think it's just, I don't think the Fit ever came with it may, and you're going to tell me if it did, but if it's just bass audio, then you really don't need an amp pro. What they make is a T-harness. Honda doesn't do a lot of manipulation to like all pass filters and all that. They just do EQ. But either way, if there is no amp pro for something, the easiest thing to buy is a key lock. In that case of that car, I would be buying or I would be selling you, depending on what we're going to do. If we're just doing straight audio, stuff like that, I might not even worry about it, but you're going to need a high to low, so I would sell you the key lock and, of course, the pack T-harness. That will allow me to just plug right in and do my de-equalization and do whatever I need to do. I saw MTX brought out their newly redesigned Terminator amplifiers, amp dynos on YouTube channel. Yes, they also have an amp dyno, and we did get to see those at SEMA. We're in talks, meaning we talk every now and then. We talked a lot at SEMA. We hinted, we were kind of, hey, you want a date, kind of thing. It would be great to do something with them and get our hands on one of those. Fernando's kind of dealing with that, and hopefully next year, because we're full. It's November, so we got plenty to do between now and then. But hopefully next year we'll get with them, maybe get a couple of those amplifiers and check them out. They looked really nice. The thing that my only disappointment was that they weren't red, which is fine, because who wants a red amp in their car? Me. But they do light up red, and then the Marine ones light up blue, which was pretty cool. So I think that's a nice nod to the past. So, but yeah, we'll have to do that. They also have MTX, I didn't talk about it a lot, but they also have new DSP, and they do have a DSP amplifier. So they're coming out with all of those things, which they did have at SEMA, as prototypes and stuff like that, which I don't know if they're out or when they're coming out, but they are getting into DSP. So like everybody else. Also, MB Quartz had new high-end amplifiers. I think they were called the Q, if memory serves. And I think they were also working on DSP as well. So, yeah. I think speaker break-in is not necessarily regular use will break them in. Yeah, of course regular use will break them in, but it's kind of one of those... It's always been a thing. Like before the internet, that was a thing. Now with the internet, you know, everyone's like doubling down on things. Most speakers, they don't have a break-in period. Some of the high-end stuff, yes, you will notice a difference over time. One of the most like, oh my gosh moments I ever had with the speaker breaking in was Kicker Comp CVTs, the original CVT. I've always hated that woofer. They know I don't like it. They've redesigned it since then. But we had a guy come in, and he'd had him in his car for a year, and he was playing them, and I go, dude, what kind of subs are these? And he showed me they were Comp CVTs, and I was like, holy crap, these are the best of these I've ever heard. So apparently out of the box they sounded like crap, but once you played them for a year, they sounded amazing. So yeah, it was kind of neat. Yes. Honda can use the Kicker key lock. Of course, the Kicker key lock. Now keep in mind, a key lock is 2 channels only. So, and in a Honda, you don't, the only reason you need to worry about rear is if you want fader control. Fade from the front to the rear. If you don't want fader control, the front and rear speakers match on output. So if you, which we like to do, we'll just hook up to the front 2 speakers because there's no chimes that go through the radio or beeps or anything like that. Those are all secondary speakers in the car. And most people don't use fader unless they have kids and they're constantly adjusting it, because you can do all your fader control, meaning your preliminary settings, if you're going to put a 4-channel, 5-channel, 6-channel, 8-channel in the DSP or in the regular amplifier via the gain. You can just turn down the rears if you need to, or turn them up depending on how you look at it. But that way you only need 1 key lock. If you're going to do front and rear, then you will need 2 key locks. Oh, no problem. Key lock and a T-harness, is it? It is, although I'm also thinking about a Kenwood head unit. That would make things easier. If you can put a head unit in it, I would put a head unit in it, because why not? I like red amps. I like red amps too. Does anybody remember the old Focal red amplifiers? They came in red and black. I did 1 set of them only because I made the owner order a set of red amps because I thought these would be cool, they'll be noticeable, everyone will like them, not realizing that. And then it was like one of those things where I finally found somebody that would buy them, and there was 3 amplifiers, and I designed a system that took all 3 amplifiers, and we got rid of them in 1 shot, and everybody was happy. Of course they are, Bobby, because you got the bubblegum amps. Head unit replacement for sure, yes. Did you install one of those Arc Audio copper amps yet? No, not yet, and we need to get him in Fernando's car. He wanted to leapfrog his car to do my car, which was nice of him. So now that we have my car done, we're going to circle back around. We have my car pretty much done. We're going to circle back around and start on his car. So we got to come up with a plan for his. Which 16 amps do you recommend? Helix M6, very nice amplifier. Zabco. Out of the 3, I would look at the Helix M6 amplifier. That would be the one I myself would want. But I do also own the I do have the SR 606. I have one of those that I bought. But yeah, it's solid, you know. I like your video on the Amp Pro for GMC. Very nice. Back to MTX. Did they get bought? No, they did not get bought out. Or do you think they're still? So, Lloyd Ivy, I believe, that was his name. Owned the MTX group. It is run by his son. The previous owner, the original owner, recently just passed away. MTX has always been MTX. They've been in Arizona. They've never left Arizona. They've never not made audio. They are actually bigger now than they ever were. The difference is they weren't big in car audio. They went to a different industry. They went to audio for like airports and industrial audio, I guess would be the easiest way to describe that. They've been doing it for years and years and years. They still have all their original vehicles. Like if you go to their YouTube channel, they do, like, they've dusted off and are doing like new videos on their old builds that they have. He kept all that stuff, and his son now is running the company, so it is still owned and still them. It's funny too, because like we talk about this all the time, like who's original. MTX always gets left out because there's a huge gap where they were relevant in the car audio world. It's not like they didn't have products, nobody cared. It wasn't a focus point for them. And now with his son in charge, they wanted to get back into the audio game. So they're starting to do that. They feel that there's a need and there's a presence, and that they can contribute to car audio again, which is great. It's a positive approach to it. So we'll see what comes of it. The new Terminators are, with the DSP and some unique speakers and stuff like that. So they're moving forward. We'll see where it goes. I love my Blue Thunder amps. Yes, the original blue ones, right? Yeah, I'm swinging towards a head unit, much easier and cleaner. Yeah. What did you do to your car, Dean? So that's actually a series we're working on right now, and the videos for the lab. So last week went up the first lab video. Tomorrow will be the second lab video. Basically, we put a JVC radio in it. So like the JVC direct replacement radio went in it a month ago, which we did the whole unboxing of that, which was the catalyst for finally putting audio in it. So all new speakers. It's basically got a full ARC system in it for right now because it's a lab. So the ARC system is in it. And we're just doing some fun stuff with that and see how it goes. The bad part is the subs aren't in it yet. I just have a random sub thrown in the trunk, and I haven't had time to tune it. So, and it took us like a month just to get the stuff in. So it's been weird. Your car audio good budget system? No. I mean, is anything a good budget system anymore? Let's be honest, man. I mean, car audio is expensive right now. It's definitely a love. Like it's not cheap. But I mean, it's not the most crazy system. Like I didn't do Ultimos or anything like that, or Utopias. I didn't even do RS. I did the AS, which is their middle ground speaker. Falcon, DSP amp and a Nighthawk. It'll have 4 of their shallow mount 10s at some point. And yeah, I mean, we didn't go crazy, and it's got a JVC. So, why'd you pick the JVC over the Kenwood? They answered the phone. Really what it came down to. I called both. We will be getting the Kenwood a little bit, probably first part of next year. JVC was willing to ship theirs out first. Kenwood was low on inventory at the time, so I was like, no problem. We'll pick it up next year. It's called the JVC Kenwood Company, so functionality-wise, they're very similar. Actually, they're almost identical. The Kenwood does have the Toslink output that the JVC doesn't have, but the one feature that the JVC has that I absolutely love, and this is it, when I take it out, I will be sad. They have VU meters. So right now I'm driving around with VU meters, and I absolutely love it. I think it's the coolest thing ever. But yeah, so when I put the Kenwood in, the VU meters will come out. I'll be sad. So, but I was thinking about that this morning, and I might have an idea for that. What do you got, Fernando?
I got a lot of problems. I got 99 problems.
Dean, everybody should email Sage to hurry up and build your box. Sage, it's not Sage.
He doesn't even
Sage
have the measurements.
Doesn't have the measurements yet. It's not Sage's fault. It's my fault. So it's 100% my fault. Apparently, neither one of us knows how to email each other because he's been trying. He's supposed to have emailed me something for a month now.
Not yet?
I built it from scratch last night. So, anyways, but yeah. I have the JVC 270 in my beater, and it surprised me. It's the JVC Kenwood company. They merged years ago so that they could make similar products and save money. Both great stuff, so for example, right there,
Z1000.
Z1000 and the 1057.
Yep.
The difference is the knob. The 1057 has a knob, the 1000 does not. And then the graphics. The graphics are different. But the JVC, you can put your finger on and do this.
The Z1000 has a
Yes.
K2 power, though. K2 technology.
K2 technology. The menus are totally different. Like they're like, this is hip and cool. This is for old guy stuff. That's why we all like the Kenwoods. We're all old guys now. But they're both fantastic. And in the Camaro, back when I had my Camaro all that years ago, we ended up putting the JVC in there over the Kenwood because when I would put the car in park, I would smash the volume knob, and that didn't work out. So because this didn't have the volume knob right there, that's why we ended up with the JVC, which is when I found the VU meters and fell in love with that feature. So, it's connected front, full range, and rear to a dual sub is decent loud. Okay, that's cool. Fernando is dying to do the Morel promo. He is dying to do the Morel promo.
If you need some, I'm not dying. If you need something from Morel,
What is Morel though?
Morel, it's a really cool company from Israel.
Yes.
Fantastic.
What do they make?
Huge company.
I don't know about that. Easy there, Donald.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that Donald.
Oh,
my bad.
Oh, different Donald.
Oh no, the same one.
I was thinking a cool Donald.
Okay.
Anyways, so no, please go to MorelHiFi.com. That's the place that you can find just a set of speakers for your car. Like for example, this car is a basic speaker. It doesn't have a tweeter, nothing like that. You can find a Morel Maximo coax speaker, coaxial speaker. You gotta get it right.
Yeah.
Fantastic, affordable. They
What's
sound
up,
fantastic.
Mark?
So yeah, MorelHiFi.com.
Do they sell amplifiers?
They sell really nice amplifiers, Class A V though, for all those people that like.
But they do have those
Class
micro
A.
D-class amplifiers.
They do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they have sound treatment?
Yes.
Do they have sound
They
treatment?
have sound treatment. They have
Subwoofers?
Ultimo subwoofers. The Ultimo subwoofer.
5.1-inch voice coil?
Rings for your speakers. If you care about that, all the power getting through that grill, get those rings. MorelHiFi.com. That's the place that you can find some. Oh!
What?
Christmas is coming.
It is.
Get yourself a biggie.
Oh,
And
for
not
Christmas.
like that kind of crazy biggie, not Biggie Small. But it's a small biggie.
The biggie. You're
there.
talking about that guy. Yeah, okay. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Yeah.
Hey, Christmas is coming, guys.
Hey, maybe for Christmas I'll have the
You gonna
towers
buy me
done.
one?
Oh, geez.
No.
You have the Hegtalar.
I do.
Yeah.
It sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
So get yourself a biggie. MorelHiFi.com. That's the place that you can find it. That's it. I gotta go find some pieces before I'm dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, left speaker out, used only. Right rear out gets muted. Low pass, 100 at 12 dB. High pass at 120 range. Stock front speaker, full range until they give out. Okay. All hedging power now. Oh, you're doing one of those things. Okay, gotcha. Actually, Pioneer you could actually do that with a Pioneer. Older Pioneers. You could bridge channel 3 and 4 with their, there was a feature to do that. They don't do it in a long time, but yeah. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Hey, listen, we're going to get to work on whatever this thing is that just pulled in, and we'll talk at you later. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you.